session last night, the last one,
yes,
I felt pretty good with.
Good.
But it took a while to get there. It seems like I'm all of a sudden having a shifting problem.
Well,
I'm having a real
that's
hard
because
time
you're getting more
out of
comfortable.
5 to
Yeah.
3rd.
Well, it's because you're getting more comfortable with the other stuff. You're starting to feel what I was feeling, which is natural. But if you're getting more comfortable with the traffic and more comfortable with the with just the other stuff, that's good. It's time to start focusing on it. And maybe now that you're struggling with the shifting yourself, that'll make you focus more on working on it on the street, which is where you really have to do it. Before
The instructor this morning had a good idea. He said, "Don't find yourself a clover expressway."
Yeah. And practice shifting on the cloverleaf.
Yeah.
Because you just don't want to sacrifice the braking.
Was I braking too early that time?
Maybe a little, but that was good though. That's what you want to do. You don't want to focus so much on your shifting that you screw up your braking. So that was a good balance. Yeah. It's an instructor, I think, so. That's good. Nice smooth inputs. I can feel your active handling.
Oh yeah, I forgot to turn it off.
We'll get it on the straightaway. You might want to play with staying in 4 through 6 and then just doing your downshift at 7. Because the banking at 6, you can go a lot faster in the 6 than you might realize. You may just want to play with it. You can drive out over those curvings if you need to.
Yeah, I guess that would be.
Yeah, whatever you do, you don't want to pinch it off and rotate. So go, 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 go. There's a lot more speed here.
Yeah.
Good. If you actually go out a little wider, it's smoother. You can sort of straddle that curb if you need to.
Well, yesterday that little blue Golf was passing me. Today he can't catch me.
Good.
So I guess I'm
Yeah. Go, 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 go. Go, go. Go, go, go. Saying it doesn't make it happen, does it? They're slippery, but once you get the car straight though, there's more control doing that than pinching the car tight and stay. I mean, it's which is the better. It's better to be in a straight line and be a little squirrely than to be going backward and be on the track. So, oops, he went off. And as I was saying, you can actually go even further over the gators and it gets better, not worse. Now you apexed really early here last time. So really push the car out wide and stay right out to the grass. Now come across and then let the car all the way back out to the edge. That was better. Use every inch that you can. Go. Leave it in fourth. Go. You'll be faster here too if you stay in fourth, but now you got to downshift at the top of the hill. Yeah, you don't want to brake here, you just want to lift. You're good. And then get your downshift here. As you build speed, that's what you'll have to do.
Gotcha.
It's just you kind of have to take a little step forward, a little step backward. Go out a little wider here, you know, you really want to hang over to the inside. That's good. But you still got to get the car rotated for this braking zone. Turn. Get right up on that curb if you can. Use a little, you don't have to use all of it. A lot of us jump way over it, but you do want to get right up against it. No brake here, just breathe off. Good. Get your speed down. Straighten the wheel, straighten the wheel. Go. It's the most fun corner on the track once you get it fast. Open the wheel. I can't see it. Yeah, that's pretty normal. Have you had any warnings for temperature?
No.
Okay.
No, it's up about 2:30.
Yeah, no, it'll warn you if it gets much hotter, but you're still good right now. The session won't last much longer. Straighten the wheel. Go. Track out, but then get back over as soon as you can. Squeeze the brakes. Good. Right out to the edge. Back on the throttle. Good. Slow down. was that? What?
Shifted too late, couldn't find third.
Okay.
Left the clutch in.
Okay.
Cruised through the turn.
I saw you sort of yank the wheel. I didn't know if the back, did it feel like the back end locked up?
Yeah.
Or, okay. I saw you react, but I didn't really feel it, so that's what I was just wondering. Well, good. No, that's much better than yesterday. The shifting's much better. I know it's still not perfect, but it's much better. You're managing it much better.
Well, I'm also hitting the brakes a lot harder. It seems like, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I was going to change my brake fluid after this session.
Right.
This weekend, and it seems like the car's not stopping as well as
Okay.
it did when I first hit the brake fluid.
Okay.
I'm going to have to check and see how.
Is there still plenty of material left, or have you even looked at it?
I haven't.
Okay. I can't imagine you've gone through them yet, but you know. But I was gonna say, this is the one place you need to be really careful.
Yeah.
Because I think what you're trying to do is you're actually trying to enter the corner a little too fast, and as you're trying to get on the power, you're really sort of binding the car up. I really think you need to enter the corner a little slower so that you can accelerate out of it a little better, because that is really a corner that a lot of people wreck. And just a warning, like the one time it got a little crossed up in there,
Yeah.
that happens a lot. Everywhere else it's just a matter of a little more speed, use all the road. Going into 10A, you tend to, like, you're starting your brake zone right against the side of the track, but then you start cheating over just a little bit. So those are little habits that you really don't want to start. You know, do everything you can to start your corner as far outside as you can, and then use every bit of track out coming out of the corners as you can. Just because it's so easy to get into a habit of not really turn in early. It's just like you start creeping in, and all of a sudden you're a full car length off, which makes the corner that much sharper.
Right.
So like you're braking here good, but then what you're sort of doing is you're sort of wandering over about half a car length, so that when you actually start turning, you're already over here. So just be really conscious of not doing that. And you were doing that sort of sporadically all over the track. It wasn't like one spot every single time. But good. You were kind of you weren't using all of the outside of the track here. Oh, he's going to the other paddock at the beginning, but that got better at the end. You were kind of turning in early there at the beginning, but it was much better at the end. The shift, you know, what gear you should be in, like turn one. You know, right now you're going a little faster, so I think you should be in fourth, but then you don't have as much torque going up the hill. But as you get faster, you'll reach the torque peak, you know, so it's sort of, you'll play with it, but as you get faster, fourth is a good gear for first gear. But then when you get up to three, obviously you need to get third. Another thing, once you started staying in fourth, I don't know if you did it consciously or not, but you were downshifting into third halfway up the hill.
Yes.
And you really need to say, no, stay in fourth gear.
I got you.
Do your shift right before you turn for three. And again, that's, you gotta, you're feeling going up the hill, you're like, I'm not going as fast as I used to. But you really are. You don't have quite as much grunt, but you're actually going faster. So it's that whole tricking your brain and the car into to finding those balance points. So just, you know, don't, halfway up the hill, you're still in an acceleration zone. You don't want to be shifting when you should be accelerating. You don't want to be shifting when you should be braking. You don't want to, you know, it's that balance. And in general, I will reiterate, as you're coming out of any corner, don't start accelerating hard until you've straightened the wheel. You know, in your brain, there should be an imaginary cable connecting your throttle and your hands. So as you're turning the wheel, you're off the throttle. As you start straightening the wheel, you start applying throttle. And it's really mostly at 5, which we already talked about, that you don't want to get on the throttle hard until you've got the car under control.
Gotcha.
But it's all coming along well. It's good. Good. You feel it? You said you're feeling better?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little better.